All right, I'm going to actually turn to my list of questions that I'm getting from folks because some of them are really repeating what I already had here, and so let's just turn to what folks have on their minds. Here's a question for both. They will all be questions for both of you. But, can you please tell us how you intend to increase engagement, and in particular voting participation by district residents, especially lower income, less engaged residents?
Well, I would start with community organizations. I joke sometimes that mobilizing communities that don't participate in the electoral process might put the DFL, might put me out of a job, because you know, it's the community organizations, the fraternal organizations, the nonprofits. I mean, their 501c3 status prevents them from endorsing any particular candidate, but they're the organizations that engage in voter education, and they're the ones that register voters. People have never voted before, and it's not to say that these communities are not politically active. They're some of the most politically organized groups in the country. When you talk about for workers' rights or for housing or if it's a public safety matter, they will be down there rallying. They will be pushing their senators and representatives to do something, but they don't typically participate in electoral politics. And I really believe that they don't do that because the DFL and the Republican platforms don't resonate with people. When you're struggling to eat and to find transportation, daycare, housing, a job, the ideals of the Democratic Party of peace and prosperity and equality, they don't feel that. That is not something that they've had in their lives. And so supporting those organizations, and that's where our leaders will come out of also. That's where I came from, out of community organizations, being involved, getting that experience. And so that's what I would start with, is supporting community organizations, and then we can get out there and when they're informed and when they're educated about their voting rights and they're mobilized usually around single issues, then we can go in there and say, we are an option.
First of all, thank you to whoever asked this question. I think this is a really important question because in 2010, less than half the residents of eligible voting age in Minneapolis voted. I think the problem is that we have created a political system that defines people as us and them, and as you're either part of one team or you're part of another team. And I think the key to changing this is finding a message that resonates with people. And that's why my campaign and I have been walking on every single block in this district, knocking on every single door to talk to people about respect. And talk to people about how if we bring respect back to Minnesota politics, we can achieve all these great goals that Susan and I agree on. We can achieve all these great goals if we use respect as both the ends and the means. I'm really excited about this campaign because the response that I've gotten from people at the door, people that have never voted before, is really, really positive. When I come, I met a guy the other day. His name was Lamont. Well, I was talking to him, and when I told him about respect, he immediately said, "I love respect. That's the key to this world." And with a warm heart and open arms, he invited me into his house, and we had a long discussion. Now, unfortunately, as we talked more, the conversation got much more somber because, as you see, Lamont, about 10 years ago, spent some time in jail. And after coming out, he got a degree in carpentry, but has since been unable to find a job. So another issue of, and he hasn't been able to find a job because people won't hire him because of his felony history. I think another issue that we need to address is how we don't respect people because of things they've done in the past or because of who they are. And we need to change that. And we need to invite all people to be part of the political process. And I think the best way to do that is by going to people. People aren't going to come. People aren't going to come here. We have to go out and meet them on the streets. Man, you know, there's a timer on here that for cooking a turkey and doing laundry that's like 45 minutes and 3 hours. I wish that's how much time we had to answer each of those questions.
Thank you. Okay, next.
Here, I just want to prove that it's true. See? Laundry, turkey, those are I know, as long as I'm not the turkey. Good point.